Hi, I'm Drake's Discussions, and this is my YouTube channel. So you've probably put together, I'm Drake, if you don't know me already. And the reason I'm making this is because I am currently a sophomore in college pursuing sports media, and I thought this would be a good way to get some experience in both recording videos and doing things on the technological side. So discussions obviously refers to sports I'll be covering, mostly the NFL because it's my favorite sport. But with all the weird stuff happening, just leaving it open was the better option because with things like the MLB and NBA already struggling with keeping the league ongoing during COVID, I'm just not sure how well the NFL is going to do because of all their players. So the reason it's so open ended is because I just really don't know if the NFL is actually going to be able to have a season. The reason it's called Drake's Discussions is I think that's my favorite part about sports is just the the conversations they can bring. And so by making this YouTube channel, I'm hoping that I can just make a good community who wants to talk about sports and is respectful and not just yells at each other and says this is wrong, that's wrong. Because I have a whole lot of fun ideas, but sometimes you try to bring them up around certain people and nothing gets accomplished. No conversation. Just one person stating their point and another stating the other, and absolutely nothing gets accomplished. And that's so frustrating. It's the reason I don't like shows like First Take or Skip and Shannon. I just feel like their job is to yell at each other and have controversial opinions just for the sake of having them, and that's just stupid to me. And I want like how discourse should be, not how it actually is, and how the sports world. I mean, Skip and Shannon and First Take are hugely popular. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's ridiculous to watch, but as a sports fan, I just think it's a little overplayed and unnecessary. Um, the the NFL is my favorite. That's where I want to get into when I get older. I'm stationed in Indy. I go to Butler University, so I'm right there. And my shirt tells. And the signed Marvin Harrison poster right next to me. That's definitely like what I want to do, but this is just a fun way to like start because I can't really do that when I'm in college. So, but YouTube is great because it gives me the platform to be able to try and make it, so to speak, in the sports world. It's something I can throw on a resume. So I just feel like that's going to be really advantageous to me. I have like tons of ideas, and I'm really excited for the NFL season. So I really hope it goes on. I'm a little scared. There's all the outrage right now talking about players. They got mad that the NFL shifted back the opt-out date for all the players, and it was causing problems. Devin McCourty came out and was saying something against it, and plenty of other players. And Odell just the other day said that he is he thinks the reason the NFL is resuming is for money and not the play without the player's best interest in mind. But which I mean, probably the NFL's a business. It's a bunch of billionaires who run the league, and so they're going to do whatever makes them the most money. I think that's only apparent, but so I'm really scared about the NFL starting up, and they canceled all the preseason, and there was an article I saw it on Pat McAfee's show. They were talking about how they've rented the Super Bowl hotels for an extra 4 weeks past the deadline of the NFL. So, which kind of looks like they think there may be a delay or something. But with training camps resuming, I mean rookie camps basically already happened, and we're now into training camps. So hopefully the season will happen, but I don't think anyone really knows. So that's why I left it kind of open ended with Drake's Discussions instead of Drake's football talks or whatever I would have had the name be, just because I I just don't know if the NFL is going to happen. I'm kind of scared because it's the best sport, and I'm just I really don't know what's going to happen. I mean, a lot's going to change this year. I mean, already all the stadiums are basically, they said, Raiders said no one in there. LA said no one. A lot of teams, though, like the Colts, have a 20% capacity. So, I mean, even if the season goes on, it's going to be a season like none other. What are they going to do? Pump crowd noise in? I mean, half of the reason, will the Seahawks just not have a home field advantage anymore? Their whole thing was, the 12th man. They don't have that anymore. Same with the Saints. Are dome stadiums going to be easier to win now when they only got 20% people? Or are they going to allow them to pump in, like, simulate crowd noise or something? I mean, that just, everything is going to be different. And that's why I think it's an exciting year to start talking about it because there's going to be a whole lot of conversational points because of how ridiculous everything is. Um, I'm still, this is my first video, so I'm pretty new to this. I have editing software and everything. This is just going to probably be like a one cut check, just straight through of me talking, because since it's my first video. And then I'll start to get better with the editing software and whatever, and start having it out. I have a video about Jadeveon Clowney planned, which I want to do by the end of the week if I could. And so I have like a basic schedule. I'd love to like have 2 videos a week if at all possible, minimum. And then if I have the opportunity to make more, I could. Just thing is, I'm in college. I don't know how many of my classes are going to be online yet, or how many I'm going in person. So there's just so much still in the air. So that's why I just was like, I just need to sit down and make this first video so I can have at least a baseline. I plan on making social medias for the respective page soon. I want to just start getting some videos up because I want to just kind of test run, see how well it does, and see like what style I end up going with. I like guys like Brett Coleman or Strong Opinion Sports, the sort of just, where you can sit there and learn about football in a light where it's not so, I don't know, like overdone. Like they just break down football. It's not, there's nothing complex. So, then you can go and talk to your friends and you seem super informed because you watch a YouTube video. And I just think that stuff like that is what I like to watch. So I'm going to try to make things like that. Because again, I feel like a lot of the reason people watch sports videos on YouTube instead of a show is because these shows, these big budgets and everything, they kind of get lost in their glamour, and the sports becomes like not second, but it becomes like more about, they're interviewing individual players and looking at the sport as a whole and doing videos on players you may not think about. Like I have a great series on Ryan Fitzpatrick planned about his ridiculous career, and that's just kind of what I want to highlight. And I feel like that's what guys like, Brett Coleman, he doesn't make videos about the Chiefs every time or the Cowboys just to get clicks on his videos. He makes the best video. I mean, like he just made the one about Drew Lock and the Broncos. I mean, the Broncos aren't a huge market, but it's a great video. And that's like what I want to do. I don't want to just talk about the Cowboys and Chiefs every time. Even if that gets me more views, I just don't really care. I just want to make good sports content that, you can watch and then be like, oh, I heard this. So in my discussion with my friends, I can say this. Or even if you just want to learn like I do. That's why I watch it. I don't talk about half the stuff I watch on YouTube, but I still just like to learn about it. So, yeah. That's basically everything, though. So, yeah, hopefully that Jadeveon Clowney video will be out later this week. And thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.